What up, my freaks? Rune Inside here with part 2 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Thorek campaign. So as you saw last time, a fairly strong start saw us confederate the spine of Sotek Dwarves by virtue of achieving a mission. We also got the armor, Thorek's rune armor, and forged our first artifact. We of course need 5 artifacts to complete the unlock of the final battle. And well, we're well underway, although I do expect that some of them, they're gonna get progressively harder. We also have a decent amount of oath gold, and I did take a look at some of the stuff that we can forge. Per a comment in the last episode, I did see that if we take a look at character runes, the Rune of Spite, or the Master Rune of Spite, where are you? Right here. Master Rune of Spite, passive ability, plus 100% chance, well, plus 100, just 100% chance to deal 4 direct damage to 4 entities per second. So it's basically a damage aura. Now, I know from SFO previous campaigns, specifically, I'm thinking of the Throg campaign, wherein the Bile Trolls had a similar sort of poison skin aura. I don't remember what it was exactly called, but it did insane amounts of damage because those units were always in blobs, and I suppose heroes are also do tend to be in blobs, so I think, especially since this is armor piercing damage on top of that, or direct damage, I guess. I don't know if by direct damage it means true damage or it is just armor piercing, because it does have the little armor piercing sound, but either way, we're going to inscribe that. Let's use some oath gold. Let's not just hoard it, even though I'm sure that the dwarves would like to do so. Alright, there we go. So we got our first rune. Now, I assume we can get... Oh, we can only get one of these. Oh, that's interesting. So we can only get one of each rune forever? Oh. Is it only the character runes that are limited, or are these runes limited too? Because we started with one of these, the explosive damage. Okay, you know what? Let's make one of these just to find out. Let's say the Master Rune of Stromny Redbeard. Now, the reason I want this is because dwarf units are very, very hard to hit, i.e. they have a pretty... big melee defense numbers. I just want to double check.
With your masterful runecraft, my lord. Once completed, be sure to inscribe the new runes into the equipment of your lords and heroes to improve their capabilities.
Yeah, thanks. I had that figured out, and we'll do that in a second, but this is what I was referring to. If we take a look at the Iron Breakers, 37 melee attack and 73 melee defense, so they could definitely benefit from some more melee attack, when they don't just hold the ground, but they can dish out damage in melee as well. And the same goes for basic units like the Dwarf Warriors. They're 31 and 46, so if we add the rune, or the Master Rune, rather, of Stromny, it gives us a melee attack plus 8 on the main unit that it's assigned to, plus a passive ability aura that gives another 5 melee attack to everybody around and self. So it's a pretty big upgrade. I was debating between this one and, say, something like the Master Rune of Grugny over here, which is also quite nice at plus 20% missile resistance and affects allies in range, but maybe we'll put this on a ranged unit that isn't as resistant to... ranged fire in the first place. Might be a little bit better. I'll think about that, but for now, let's get the Master Rune of Stromny Redbeard. Alright, so this is what I want to see, as I'm not familiar with it, and yes, it looks like this rune is also a one-time forging. Kind of interesting, but maybe it's because these are Master Runes. Maybe these runes that are not Master Runes are, you could get more of them. In fact, maybe we should make another one, just to figure that out. In fact, let's see. What do we have here? Bonus versus large speed, physical resistance x3. Oh, that's pretty damn good. For 3 units? I like that. It's not a non-character unit, eh? Bonus versus infantry plus 8, that's quite strong as well. Especially early game. Resistance or damage? We already have fairly high resistance. I'm inclined to say, let's try the damage. We can always make that one later. We still have 122 oath gold, so why not? Inscribe. Let's see. Is this the only time we can get this? Yes, it is. Okay, so here's the question then. Once we max out our oath gold and have done all of these, we just basically can only use it on items and stuff. No more of these, unfortunate. Okay, well, that does mean they're pretty strong, so we should be making use of them. So there we go. Banner runes have been gained, plenty. Let's apply them to some of our armies, and then figure out who we're going to attack. Oh, we should also get some levels in there, but you are going to get your first character rune, which is going to be the Master Rune of Spite, Thorek. And here... Now, it's at X3, so if we do this, Rune of Battle and Master Rune of Stromny... Oh, okay, we have to select all 3 in his army. Alright, well, let's just do that for now. We can always change it up later. This should make his army quite a bit more powerful. Alright, I love it. Now, levels, yes. Alright, well, I guess we do have to move through this and get Strike the Runes. He is a Rune Lord after all. Do we need Inspiring Presence? Is it likely that we're going to need it early on? Probably not, so I guess we go for Rune of Oath and Steel, and then... I'm not big on this Rune of Slowness, and the reason for that is it appears to target the enemy and has no AoE, so you target one enemy, and that's a great amount of slowness, so it would allow us to cripple and kill an enemy lord or an enemy high-value target or something like that. But, since it doesn't apply to the entire enemy army, it's still probably worth more than the damping, though. I mean, -8 is pretty good, but in SFO, you get a lot of Winds of Magic Reserve, especially with certain factions. We do want Forge Fire regardless. So we do want to put the other point in here. You know what? Let's get damping. And the thing about Rune of Slowness is we don't have the ranged firepower to make use of it right now. Later we will, so we'll wait until we have it. And you, Rune of Slowness. Now you're gonna max out Rune of Wrath and Ruin because that thing has been pretty damn good. Master of the Forge, Oath Gold from buildings. You know what? I don't think we need that right now. Rune of Speed, swell, but no, I guess we're gonna want to get Forge Fire with you as well. So let's go another point in. I guess Rune of Oath and Steel. There you go. Alrighty. Now.
Ready?
Can you guys go anywhere? You, new army that we confederated, can't go anywhere. So, I think what we'll do is we'll attack the Southern Great Jungle and take this over. I don't think we can take Wakesel over here. That is the starting province of Clan Pestilence. I don't know what kind of defenses they have right away, but we definitely can't take it with one army. Whereas this... If we take Gwakmol Crater, I assume that there's nobody here or here, which means this is basically free territories, right? I didn't mean to click on you. What I want to see is the corruption here. Yeah, it's 100% untainted, which means there's no Skaven there or there. Alright, I think we have to capitalize on that. I don't want to overexpand, but I'm kind of gonna. So you're gonna go here, and then we'll attack Gwakmol with out of Subaton with you next turn. Hopefully you can hit there in a single turn. Yeah, it looks like you can. I guess we'll see. Let's find out. Let's go to enter. They've probably done a little bit of Diplo, but a little bit late now. What the hell is that? Defeat the following lord in battle. Did they really just appear here? No. You gotta be kidding me. Damaged missive 1. Turns remaining 1. 80% replenishment rate. Huh. The Skaven Attack. Defeat the following Lord army in battle. The Skaven Pestilence descends. A tide of vermin appears mere moments after the artifact has been reforged. Have they been lurking and lying in wait, or is the timing a simple coincidence? Regardless, the Rune Lord cares not for their motives. The Ratkin are a familiar foe, and these blighters will die like all the rest. Yes, indeed they will. Okay, kind of annoying that they appeared right where we were going, because I assume if we now try to hit this army will do something about it. And, ooh, there's a Doom Wheel in it this early on. Okay. Well, that's a problem. I think we still hit Gwakmol regardless. And then just go here, and then maybe we jump over. Oh, but what if these guys jump here? Can they hit us in a single go? Yeah, they can. I'm a little bit afraid of jumping, because then what if they intercept us? We could try risking it, or we could just move away. Damn it. Ah, game. They gotta be like that. But what if they attack us? I do wonder whether they sit here or not. You know what? If they attack us here, I feel like we have enough space to move away, so I think... Like, let's see. If we go, let's say, right here... I didn't mean to trespass, I meant to declare war. If we go right here and they attack us, we can move away. And then we can jump with Thorek. Yes, okay, yeah, I have it. I have it. We are going to declare war on you. Presumably you have no allies, which you do not. You are at war with Pestilence and the Blessed Dread, neither of which we really care about our rep with, so we're not going to make a deal with. Well, let's hit Gwakmol Crater. It is at level 1, so... Oh, is this auto-resolvable? Declare war. Yeah. I don't really care about this. They have an unfortunate position here, which means that we should really capture it for ourselves. Pyrrhic victory for this, really? You gotta be kidding me. I guess we have to physically fight this. We could just take down the towers with our siege engine. Alright, let's just do this real quick. Let's get the bonus... Wait, bonus... attack on the Iron Breakers. Then we'll get the Rune of Battle bonus versus infantry. Now do we put that on the Dwarf Warriors, or do we put that on the Quarrelers? I mean, it would make the Dwarf Warriors quite a bit stronger. Bonus versus large. I guess we could do this. Put the bonus versus large on the... No, but then we don't get the expert charge defense. Alright, fine, do this. And then do this, and then we'll put them on the Quarrelers instead. The Longbeards with great weapons already do a fairly decent job, so I don't think it's necessary. It's better to power up the weaker units to put them in line with the rest. Alrighty, let's do this right away. Gonna try to make it quick since it's such a weak little defense. I'm really surprised that it was going to be a Pyrrhic victory for this. I mean, sure, they do have a bunch of Saurus units, but we have Iron Breakers. What are they gonna do? Alright, come on. Oh, we will have to break apart all these towers. Let's put you at max range before we go in, of course. Max range. This max... Oh, wow, you can actually shoot... Oh, right, I remember encountering enemy dwarfs and thinking, wow, the grudge throwers can chuck their stones really far, can't they? Alright, let's do this, and start battle. I'm gonna speed it up and just destroy these towers. What's their range? Alright, well, that means we can sort of group up right in front of them. Right there. We're gonna have to go through the gate and... Ooh... Probably try to maintain enough ammo with the grudge throwers so that we can still break through the gate. Although, wait, I think the... Oh, the Iron Breakers can't, but the heroes can, so it's not... Alright, you destroy this tower as well. This tower will still be able to reach us. I think we'll have enough ammo to destroy everything. Let's just group up while we're at it. So, like... So we're just gonna go through the gate, so it doesn't really matter how we blob up at the end of the day. Alright, you almost dead there, tower. One more shot. Next. Wish you wouldn't waste shots. Wish you could go single shot. And then let's go... You guys can be here. Alright, that tower. And then I don't think we need to go for this tower. We'll see. I don't think so. I think we'll be fine. One more, and then let's start moving. I mean, we could just move around like this. Let's have them slowly march, though. Let's not run. We can run once this tower is gone, and then we switch to this other tower. I can't believe this was going to be a Pyrrhic victory. Hey, maybe the various enemy units will surprise us and do quite a lot of damage. Alright, let's move you guys in. I think we can actually outrange the enemy skinks with our Quarrelers. We can just kill them from our distance. Oh. Don't waste your shots on those. Destroy that last tower. Actually, it doesn't look like the enemy are going to go over there, so don't, just ignore it for now. Just hit the gate a few times, then. Make it a little bit faster to be destroyed. There we go. Good job, Quarrelers. And I just want to double-check. The bonus versus infantry... Missile... Wait. Does that not work for the... Is it missile damage only? I mean, it's melee damage only. Then the runes are not helpful here, are they? Let me just slow this down for a second. I just want to double check. Who else did we put one of these runes on? We put it on you, right? Melee attack? No, that's not it. Thorek's rune. You have the expert charge defense. No, you have the charge defense versus large. You have the expert charge defense. What is you that has it? Did I misread what that rune does? Because this weapon strength is 38, bonus versus large 8 from that rune, and your... Oh, it's also 38, but yours bonus versus infantry, so yours does work. You only get it for melee. Okay, well that means we need to switch who we have that rune on. Okay, fair enough. Quarrelers, keep quarreling, and then we can go in. That unit's almost dead, right? In fact, let's send the Lords to get that gate. And we can probably turn off guard mode. And I'm going to turn off your weapons there, Iron Breakers, and I'm going to move. And then I guess the rest of you melee troops can move up. Alright, that looks like that's it. Now we just need to take our sweet time to break through the gate. Looks like about 1% per hit, so it is going to take a few seconds, but that's okay. You guys don't waste your satchel charges. At least not on this. If they blob up, then you can waste your satchel charges. And you guys are out of ammo, so... Oh, you guys are not out of ammo. You can still fire. Go here. You guys move back. I don't think they're going to be needed in the actual fight. And yeah, they could add some to the fight, but they'll just cause extra casualties unnecessarily. You want to fire on somebody? I don't really care who. Probably better off firing at the unit that's facing away to increase the damage. You only got like 1 or 2 more volleys in you anyway. And there we go. Alright, time to break through the gate. How are we doing over here? I wonder, can Thorek's Rune of Spite do damage to this unit? I think we might not be close enough, unfortunately. We could start with an explosion via our Rune of Wrath and Ruin, but we probably should wait until the end. So, how are we doing? 78%. Alright. Let's do like this. Maybe we can check our satchel charges at that Saurus unit at least once before the Ironbreakers are engaged in melee. 89%, almost there. It is a skink cohort though. I prefer to chuck it at Saurus. We can break through and check it at this Saurus unit. Come on, there we go. Chuck. Use the power of Chuck. There we are. And now we can slow it down because the battle should, you know, more or less start. Damn! This is not doing a crazy amount of damage to those Saurus. Unsurprisingly, Saurus are amazing. Alrighty, you guys can move in, help out the Ironbreakers who are not in formation, which is a little bit concerning, but, whatever. Get the other Dwarfs in to help out. Not like they're gonna do too much, I think. Alright, and then Dwarf Warriors, you can march on it as well. As long as they don't accidentally climb stuff. I hate when the units don't listen to you, just start climbing things. There we go. Let us begin with a Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Do we want... No, we don't want the extra armor piercing. I think Saurus have a basic, very little armor, yeah, so there's no need for it. Let's do that. I don't want to accidentally hit our own units, because that'll probably do more to us than it will to them. Alright, there's our first rune. Oh, one of the Ironbreakers actually died. Shocking. I'm really curious to see what the damage is going to be like. Hey, you guys need to push forward though. What the damage is going to be like on Thorek with his rune afterwards. You can use a rune as well, right there. That'll do indeed. All right, and now it's just a matter of breaking through. It didn't look like any of the dwarves went flying, so I think that went reasonably well. I should probably make all the melee into a single group and then group them up and then tell them all to attack. Ooh. Turn off your, turn to melee attack, though. Right there. There we go, better. And then Thorek and Co. saying here, they don't have a Lord here, do they? No, they just have a Saurus Spear unit. Okay, another Ironbreaker has fallen. 2 whole Ironbreakers. I don't appreciate that. I guess we could use one of our defensive runes. I didn't even think we'd need it. Let's go a Rune of Open Steel right there. Why not? And I guess we could use the Rune of Speed as well. Wait, it's going to be on cooldown with the rest of with the global cooldown. You can use it then afterwards. 7 seconds. We'll be fine. That's one of the benefits of having multiple Rune Lords. Or a Rune Smith and a Rune Lord, I suppose. Alright, where's that Rune of Speed? Right here. Keep going. Beautiful. And it looks like we've now lost 2 Ironbreakers and 1 of our Longbeards. Yeah, we should be able to heal up to full. Even if the Skaven do attack us, I think we'll take so little damage that it won't matter. It looks like the Dwarves aren't really swinging. There we go. Everybody went flying. Where's Thorek in all this? He should be up front somewhere. Thorek. Couldn't see his... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I should have tried to spot him by the charge of his hammer there. Good job, Lizards. Keep holding that line. And, hey, we got another Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Let's pop it right there into the blob. Oh, wow, look at the Longbeards. Actually taking quite a bit of damage now. Alright, these guys are dead. How are you onto your global cooldown? 13 seconds on the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, so we'll get that going again in a second or so. Everybody keep attacking. These guys are probably going to come back. They are... No, they're broken. Okay, wait. They're not shattered, though. Go here. Yeah, they're probably going to come back before they reach the end here, unless we rout the rest of the enemy forces at the same time. Let's try to kill their Lord here. Their Lord unit, rather. Come on. Kill them all. They're not Temple Guard. You have bonus versus infantry. Thorek, push through and actually attack these guys. There we go, right out front. Too bad we don't have a single enemy Lord to duel, although it probably would have been tougher to duel a Lord than it would have been to kill the rest of these. I guess this is a nice time to watch Thorek duel some random lizards. Knock him around, buddy. Alright, how are we doing? Should be about over, right? This Unitosaurus is still not broken. Well done. Okay, no other Rune of Wrath Rune. Let's use another defensive rune. Starting to take some damage on the Dwarf Warriors, but that's Saurus for you. Ironically, for this Saurus, despite being incredibly powerful, this is probably one of the worst matchups for them because armor piercing is what they lack. It's like the main thing that they lack. In terms of speed, we're also slow, so that isn't really a disadvantage here. Yeah, those guys might come back. I just want to flank this unit with our Lords, to make sure that it runs off the field. I'm really curious to see how much damage Thorek will have. Oh, and there's the victory. I thought we'd have to actually capture this, but it doesn't look like we will. Are they affected by the Rune of Spite? Master Rune of Spite. I'm laughing at the way it's spelled, like, or the letter or the words are written in descending. All right, anyway, end battle. Let's see how much damage that did. It looks like Thorek actually did more damage than anybody, as is only appropriate. But most of that was probably due to the Runes of Wrath and Ruin. But to be fair, his other runesmith also had those, so they should be on a level, and the difference should be due to the Rune of Spite. So he did 32k damage, and he did 18k damage. I'm just going to assume that the Rune of Spite actually considerably helped there. Alrighty, only 35 units lost, and we'll heal them all up. We'll also take Gwakmol, create it for ourselves. Seed of Rebirth. Is that regeneration? That is indeed regeneration. That's lovely. That is lovely, and we will replace the Pigeon Plucker Pendant with the Seed of Rebirth. Yeah, because clearly Thorek was already having so much trouble that he needed a Rune of Regeneration. And we got ourselves another level up, so we are obviously going to go with Forge Fire, and what's the best rune here? Missile Resistance and Magic Resistance. Rune of Hearth and Home affects allies in range plus 100% charge resistance. Might be decent, but I think we gotta go with the Rune of Negation. If we're dueling an enemy, or if we send out the Ironbreakers out front, this could be really helpful. 40 seconds of 40% damage resistance is pretty insane. Or we could confer Sundered Armor, but we're not really facing any type of enemy that has a lot of armor right now. Maybe when we start facing the Blessed Dread, then that will be worthwhile, but I don't think it's so worth it right now. We just want to head towards Strike the Runes, I think. Oh, also, you are at rank 12, so I guess at rank 9 we will start saving so we can immediately get the Frenzy for the entire army. Yeah, gotta remember to save points at rank 9. And I knew it was rank 9 because it's the same for Mazda Mundi. Alrighty, so I guess we'll go for Rune of Negation for now. I'm really kind of tempted to go for... Then again, the Rune of Hearth and Home is a passive plus 100% charge. You know what, let's do that. Passive means 100% uptime, so... Alright, you are also obviously going to get Forge Fire, so now you guys might actually have to stand a little bit away from each other. Oh, look. Hardened armor and sharpened weapons don't lock each other. Interesting. Now, it's probably beneficial to get this stuff, but I think I'm going to go into the next level of scouting as we do benefit from having a lot more, magical items which we can destroy and turn into Oath Gold. Like that Pigeon Plucker Pendant. Do we need the Pigeon Plucker Pendant? No, we don't. I'm actually curious to see how much it turns into. So it's only 10. It's really not that much. Whatever. I guess we could put it on this guy for now. Just because we can. A little bit of extra HP. You get nothing out of this, Dwarven Tattooist. Okay, I think we're good, and I believe that's another end turn unless there's something to build here. Now, we could destroy the Sparring Chamber out of the Caverns of the Great Bat, because I feel like you could always go to the Combine of the Bearded Skulls and then use this to make units, and I don't think we need 2. And we could just replace this with money or with growth. Yeah, that's probably, we'll do that. We will do that. And then I don't think anybody else needs to do anything, although I did want to see... Okay, the Cult of Sotek do not like us killing the Southern Sentinel. I wonder if they peace out immediately. No, they don't. Because I'm thinking about allying with Tehenuan. I don't know 100% whether we will, but I did notice that last time I couldn't find any artifacts on this portion of the map. And while there are plenty over here and up here and up here, which means we should take over all this, it doesn't mean we have to take the Capes in the Straits of Lustria. Or whatever this place is called. Coast of Lustrian Gulf? Coast of Lustrian Gulf. Yeah, there is no strait here. What am I talking about? Alright, and I believe we can end the turn on that. We will have Militia completed next turn, so we will have to pick another thing. +5 leadership for infantry units. Is it worth it this early? Probably not. We're not likely to rout. Thanes, Vanguard, Proficiency. I'm just going to take a quick look at this right now. Diplomatic relations with men, High Elves, and Lizardmen. If we get this early, we might be able to trade with the High Elves and get a... Ooh, whoa, Dwarven Emissaries. Maybe, yeah, you know what? I think what we should do is we should get this really quick, then take a hero, send him out to Ulthuan as soon as we have a port available. Although, it might be a while till we get a port. The question is, where would our nearest port be? I think Turtle Isle might be a port. There should be ports. Yeah, ironically, Cult of Sotek has a port. We will attack the Blessed Dread and take that port, but that's far away too. We need to take the middle of the Southern Great Jungle first. And we are surrounded by enemies that are gonna declare war on us. Like, you know that these guys, the Bloodhall Coven, are gonna. Probably the Sentinels of Jati are gonna do so as well. Alright, well, regardless. Well, let's end the turn, let's proceed. Let's see if these guys attack, or whether they just sit there. No, it looks like they want to sit. No, it looks like they want to attack. Oh, fascinating. Heroic victory casualties low, but I think the game is lying. I absolutely think the game is lying because they have some interesting stuff here. They have Warplock Jezzails X2. They have 2 Doom Wheels and a freaking Warp Lightning Cannon. Wolf Rats we don't care about, but Rat Ogres we do, and a freaking Ratling Gun unit. Although I haven't been super impressed with the Ratling Guns. Last time I played this game, and I know that some people love this unit, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going to make this a cinematic battle just because it seems like a fun one, and it wouldn't... And I don't think it's going to be nearly as easy as the game thinks it's going to be. So let's... oh, plus we don't... Everything's breached, so they're going to get their Doom Wheels straight through. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. We will take off the Rune of Battle from the Quarrelers, though. Let's take this and put that on the melee units. Bonus versus infantry, and then I guess that means... Expert charge defense. Oh, I guess we could put it on one Quarreler unit, because I don't think any of these other ones would apply to Quarrelers very well. Yeah, fine. Let's do that. And then we can compare 36 missile strength, 36 missile strength. Yeah. It only applies to melee. Wait, weapon strength 38, bonus versus infantry, versus... How is this... Wait. Weapon strength is still 38 here. Shouldn't the number be higher by virtue of the extra bonus versus infantry? Or it only shows the main number and it doesn't calculate the extra bonus? But it didn't show here, right? No bonus versus infantry, and no bonus versus infantry on the ammunition or anything like that. Yeah, no, okay. Anyway, cinematic battle time. Let's see whether these guys, whether this auto-resolve is absolutely lying. We could cheat and auto-resolve this, but I really want to see to what degree auto-resolve is or is not still broken after the rework. Alrighty, here we go, the debut siege for Mr. Thorek. Now, of course, this is not going to be a proper siege because we don't really have any towers. They've all been destroyed except for these two, and there are an absolute ton of breaches in the wall. Fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, depends on how you look at it, all the breaches are on this one side instead of the center, and the enemy, on the other hand, has set up right over here with all of its infantry. Instead of using the breaches, it appears that they're going to head towards these walls. I don't know why the AI wants to behave this way. It's possible that it wants to send a bunch of units to different sides, which is why it's sending its Doom Wheels and faster units out this way. It looks like the Wolf Rats, as well as the Doom Wheels, are heading out to the breaches on this side, whereas the Rat Ogres appear to be beelining straight for our center line. Now, the gate is also broken, and I did set up the Ironbreakers where they would probably hold forever against the Skaven by themselves, but unfortunately they did have that unit of Warp Lightning Cannons that could fire straight through this gap with their high accuracy, so that's pretty impressive, doing immediate damage to the Ironbreakers. We do have to hide them behind the walls until there are enough enemy units here to actually block them and prevent that. On top of that, though, we will be countering their artillery with our own and firing directly at the Warp Lightning Cannons with our Grudge Throwers. You can see the projectiles arcing over the enemy army right here. Now, I love sieges. I've made it no secret before that I absolutely love being the defenders on sieges. A, it's just plain fun, and B, it's always sort of a tough to get a bunch of siege battles, like a bunch of good siege battles in these games. And I mean good defensive siege battles. Offensive siege battles are constant because you're always conquering, right? But it's fairly rare that the AI wants to attack you in a siege. On top of that, the AI really generally doesn't like to attack you in a siege where it thinks it can lose. It generally attacks in sieges where it has really a really overwhelming superiority in my experience, and otherwise I end up getting like 3 or 4 sieges or defensive sieges in an entire campaign from the AI, so I tend to savor them where they're actually available. So anyway, here come the Rat Ogres, the Ironbreakers moving right into the gap to set up and make use of their charge defense as the Rat Ogres come in. Of course, the Rat Ogres do have mass to push through most units, but not enough to push through an Ironbreaker line. Now, did that Warp Lightning Cannon actually hit one of their own Rat Ogres? I can't tell if it got back up or if it actually died there. What's the model count on these guys? 16 here. There's 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huh. I think they're all here still. Okay, well then, that Warp Lightning Cannon did not, in fact, kill one of them. Fortunately, the Warp Lightning Cannons are almost out of the picture already. Now, on this side, as I did say, the Wolf Rats and the Doom Wheels are coming in, but we did set up, and I just want to take a quick look at the setup here. I usually like to do that on sieges and on battles, but I did forget this time. So, it's pretty simple. We have the Grudge Throwers in the center trying to maximize their ranges. They do have pretty crazy range, as you can see. The 2 units of Quarrelers that we can bring to bear are up the center, obviously. And this flank is the one that has completely been ignored. I did not expect this. I did not expect this at all, so I set up in such a way that we would mainly be protecting the breaches, but the AI was like, nah, we're gonna send up like 5, 6, 7 units? Well, 7 if you count the Warplock Jezzails, 6 units of Clan Rats, and for some reason a unit of Warplock Jezzails up the walls. I've seen the AI do this before. For some reason, they like to send Warplock Jezzails up on walls. It makes absolutely no sense as to why they do that, but hey, whatever. I mean, these are only Clan Rats. If we kill all their rare units or their elite units, we can destroy them. They are also trying to bring in their Rattling guns over here, but they are being pelted by our tower, and they're not actually doing anything. I guess it wouldn't be very effective to have them fire on the Quarrelers over here. Yeah, that's not going to go so well for them. This Warplock Jezzail unit, fortunately for the enemy, though, is actually firing at us instead of going up the wall. So good job, Warplock Jezzails. Or previously good job. I remember them getting some shots in. You gotta love this unit. It's such a cool concept. There we go. Alright, I like the sound design on them as well. Now, let's take a look at how the Ironbreakers are functioning over here. They've actually taken some damage. I feel like a lot of that was from the Warp Lightning, a little bit more so possibly than from the Rat Ogres, who are just about done. Although we do have to remember that the Rat Ogres are armor-piercing. Unfortunately for the enemy AI, once again, unlike that previous... wait, or was that the other... the other campaign. Yeah, that was the other campaign. And this campaign hasn't happened yet, but the Master Assassin actually goes in and wades into the melee, as opposed to staying out here and just chucking shurikens at us. And this is a terrible idea, because A, Thorek is right here, and he can beat him on his own, but the Ironbreakers are here as well. Over on this flank, we do have the 2 Doom Wheels moving in. We do have that Longbeard unit, as well as the unit of... Dwarf warriors that have the expert charge defense, and it's them 2 versus 2 Doom Wheels. Unfortunately for the AI, it doesn't appear to be using its Doom Wheels very effectively, where it's cycle charging them at all. Generally, I find the AI is pretty good with its Doom Wheels, better than I would be with them generally, because they're like they're chariot-like and they do require a lot of micro, and if you have a lot of units that require a lot of micro, obviously you have to neglect some. But typically I find that the AI is reasonably good with them. Here they're absolutely terrible. They're just getting bogged down and wrecked. They do have enough mass to be able to push through as and down goes the enemy lord, as this unit, I believe it actually pushed through when it first charged these 2 units, and then came back and then got bogged down, so I don't know what the AI thinks. Maybe the auto-resolve was right because it was considering just how stupid the AI would be in this particular battle. Like, what the hell was up with this? What was the point of this? They could have sent 2 units into the center to help out the Rat Ogres survive longer, as well as their Lord, instead of getting insta-killed here. They could have sent a couple units, or probably could have sent like 5 units here, 1 per breach, to help the Doom Wheels, maybe even allow the Doom Wheels to move through the city and do actual damage. Maybe, well, I don't expect the AI not to sacrifice its range units, but otherwise there were definitely a lot of things that it could have been doing a lot better. The AI has never been particularly good at understanding what to do in a siege, which I suppose is why oftentimes it, as I said, does not like to attack unless it has overwhelming superiority. We're even able to fire our grudge thrower on top of the walls here, because we don't actually have any units defending against those. It's just ridiculous. Although the grudge thrower's accuracy does leave something to be desired. Maybe it's actually hitting right here in the middle of these ladders? Yeah, because look at this accuracy. I know that one of these units is the one that's being targeted. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Another thing I want to say about the auto-resolve with Skaven is I don't trust auto-resolve with Skaven generally, more so because before the rework at least, the auto-resolve has always had a bad time with thinking the Skaven are terrible and really unfavoring them with auto-resolve. But then I think there was a patch where it made the Skaven stronger by buffing their auto-resolve, and I think it went too much, because I remember there was a time when all the Skaven factions would get really, really strong, weirdly enough. But that might also not be because of the auto-resolve so much as because of the number of armies they tend to get. But anyway, this battle does appear to be already over. I mean, we had really negligible losses here, didn't we? 533 out of 1366. What? Oh, that's probably the... it's counting the fact that we started with some units that had like 8 units in a blob. So it's counting that as depleted units. That's really weird. It shouldn't do that. It's not like they can increase the model count, right? Like, even if we had a thing that resurrected models, like the various undead, I don't think you can resurrect models past a certain point. Like you can't regenerate HP past the point that you started with. Like, there's a cap, right? But anyway, a heroic victory apparently, and I gotta give it up to the auto-resolve for predicting it, and the relative stupidity of the AI. It definitely could have done a lot better, but I'm still curious to see how everybody did in terms of damage. A lovely map, though, I gotta say. You gotta love these lizardmen cities, especially as they do seem to be a little bit more, like, close together, instead of, like, looking out into the distance and seeing nothing but city that you can't play around in. That always annoyed me greatly. But anyway, let's see how we did. Alright, fine. I can admit when I'm wrong. The auto-resolve was correct, and that was in fact a pretty darn easy battle. The AI didn't really leverage the fact that it had some really good units in there. I feel like if it had pushed through with its Doom Wheels and sort of wreaked havoc on our rear lines, and actually use the various rats that they have in conjunction with the larger units they have, instead of sending the rat ogres and their lord to suicide, and then the Doom Wheels by themselves without any kind of support. And yeah, but obviously that's Total War AI for you. What are you gonna do? We didn't even lose our settlement garrison, such as it is. Now we will take 1,000 money versus 20 growth and 5 public order. Both of these are really good. The only problem with this is only 2 turns, whereas this is 2,000 money. You know what? I think I'll take the money. Take the money.
Gold, not prisoners.
Right, now I take it that army is still alive, but we do complete this mission. Was this just a random mission? Search any ruined settlement for treasure. Okie dokie. We can do that. So let's see. Clad Brakak. Oh, that's his hammer, isn't it? All right. So for so long has Thorek waded through the dense jungles of Lustria, a whole 7 turns, guys. It's pretty long. Crushing rocky skulls with every swing of his mighty hammer, Clad Brakak, that the powerful runes embedded within it have slowly begun to fade. With their magic dwindling so far from the forges of Karak-Azul, he must scour the ancient ruins hidden deep amidst the wilderness and gather the necessary materials to build an almighty smithy upon which to strike the new ruins. Alright, fair enough.
Those infernal Raki thought to challenge you and steal what is rightfully yours. They were no match for you, but it is unlikely this will be the last you see of them.
Alright, so is the game saying that every time you forge an artifact anew, a Skaven army will appear to annoy you? Because that annoys me greatly, because I wanted to escape the annoyances of the Vortex, wherein it's a bunch of random armies spawning in the middle of your territory, and then attacking you, like they attacked Gwakmol Crater, but... Oh, what can you do, I guess? Alrighty, so what we're going to do... I think we should be able to auto-resolve this, but... You know what? Move you a little bit closer. Oh, you might not be able to get to shot. Oh, you can't get to shuttle this turn anyway. Alright, well then, we have another option. You are going to go right here. I think if we do this right, you might still be able to go to... all the way to shuttle afterwards. So let's go right here. Alright, let's see if this works. You're gonna go here, and then you are gonna go here. Will this army try to run? No, it will not, and then we can auto-resolve it. Beautiful. Decisive victory. If we cover over this, nobody's dead. Casualties low. Nice. Very, very nice. Well done, Second Army. You have proven your worth. And this time we will take... Ooh, a decent amount of money once again. You know what? Take the money again.
Beards and belts.
Beards and belts. Skaven. Faction destroyed. Skaven. Yeah, you wish. Just all Skaven are now gone. Alright, fine. We'll do that, and we can immediately take shuttle. It looks like beautiful. Go. Well done, Thorek. This is going to deplete your army's forces. Now, here is the question. Do we just pop all of Hugrim's forces into Thorek's army? Right beside Itza. Now, do we need to attack Itza? We probably are going to have to attack Itza. I'm kind of tempted to just trade armies here. Especially since we're right beside each other. I wasn't originally gonna, but if, I mean, if the Fates have conspired to give us this, plus this is a Lord I did say I wanted to replace later anyway, because I'm really not super into Thagaraki Slayer. I mean, don't get me wrong, this will be very useful against somebody like Clan Pestilence over here, or I think there's another smaller Skaven settlement somewhere up here, but I'm not 100% sure on that. What about over here? Untainted 73 -3? Yeah, well, who could possibly be corrupting this territory? Who? I guess that's another Skaven unit over there. Alright, let's trade forces then. Screw it, why not? You go here. Can we actually combine forces in a single go? It looks like we can. Beauty. Beauty, and that's an 18 unit. Sorry, Mr. Hugrim, you're gonna have to leave for now. Might get you back later, but we need the money. Alright, we'll do that, and then, hey, we start with the Trinket Maker, which is lovely. We're gonna need those everywhere. We are gonna upgrade this Dwarven Mining Colony immediately. We'll take the Mortuary of Sulakwa next turn, or... now here's the question. Do we go for the Mortuary, or do we march all the way to Oixel right now? We could... You know what? I probably shouldn't have deleted that Lord. I could have kept him and just had him take the Mortuary by himself. Damn it. Alright, I might actually recruit another Lord. At the end of the day, it's only lost about 1,000 gold. Whoops. I guess I could do that next turn. Ancestral Blood Valea. And Cunning. What about Rune Lords? Anything interesting? Ammunition plus 15 for all units, eh? And Disciplined. Neither one's too bad, but I guess we'll take you. Or Rune Lords. Although, wait, Thorek doesn't actually buff Rune Lords. He only buffs Rune Smiths, unless I'm mistaken. With his, with the thing that he gets. Oh, well, it's fine. In the meantime, we need to get... Do we want to get Inspiring Presence now, maybe? Rune of Breaking. Rune of Breaking is decent, but it is only applied to one unit. And so does this. Makes me not really want to waste the turn on it. Well, let's get Ward Breaker either way. And you know what, fine, let's just... 10% cooldown for something he uses constantly is pretty worth it. Oh, whoa. The stuff that's in Anvil of Doom unlocks at rank 9, which means we can unlock all this at rank 9, which means we're going to hold on to our points now. So we can go both through Fiery Temper and through the Anvil of Ruin, or Doom. I wonder why I keep thinking of things being ruined. Alright, we'll hold the points. You, then, are not going to hold the points. Charge bonus plus 15, but it's only for you, not for the army. We could go leadership for the army, but I think, more importantly, Retinue Valet gives us more stuff to work with, i.e. more magic items. I wanna max this out, together with scouting. Lots and lots of magic items, especially as we keep getting more and more rune spets. Now, can we get any more units in here? We have 2 grudge throwers. I would like another Rune of Burning, though. For another explosion thing, assign artillery unit, eh? Let's do that. Actually, wait. Can we even get it in here? We could take out Mr. Craggy. Or we could... Oh, we could take out Sapper. Sapper's not... Yeah, no, we'll take out... the Forge, please. And then we will go to... assign artillery unit. Armor piercing, missile damage, and penetration. A lot of these might be good. Increases bonus versus large, enables projectiles to home in on targets. That would be great, but on a bolt thrower, not on a grudge thrower. I say we just go for another explosive rune. I really like the explosive grudge throwers. I think they're doing quite nicely. Alright, there we go. I really love this rune system. Now, anybody know, as obviously I said I haven't played Dwarfs in a long time, does this Oath Gold and rune making system, is it a Thorek unique thing, or does every faction get it? Every Dwarven faction, because these things are really useful. I'd love it if every single Dwarven faction got this. And I hope that's the case, because it just says the Forge, and it just says, and I believe somebody said that Oath Gold isn't unique, so what else would Oath Gold be used for if it wasn't for this? Oh yeah, that makes sense. I guess only the great artifacts. The artifact vault is unique to Thorek. Nice. I love the rune system. I take it it was the thing that came with the Thorek patch in general. Okay, now, do we need to spend any more money? I think yes, we did destroy a thing here. Now the question is, do we get growth, or do we get... Ooh, I think we need growth. I was going to make money first, but let's go for the bread maker. It does actually give us growth and money as well, so it's fine. Wait, only one growth building can be built in each settlement, not in each province. Yeah, that's fine. And then over here, nothing because there's not enough. Yeah, growth is going to take a while. I'm almost tempted to get a couple lords just to put them into the Valea's Will stance. The growth plus 20, public order plus 2 seems really quite useful. In fact, that's another reason to get another... Oh, yeah, that's why I shouldn't have deleted that lord. Alright, damn it, I screwed that up. Even though I don't really once again want Thagaraki Slayer. Fine, we're gonna get you in. Research rate plus 5, it's something. Do we do it this turn? 536? Lords only cost 330, oh. Yeah, I think if we're only using lords for that purpose, then I guess we might want a regular lord. Let's see if these guys get replaced next turn, and then we'll summon them afterwards, right? Or do we want to take this immediately? No, we probably want to take it immediately. I'm being very indecisive right now. Let's just get you. It doesn't really matter who. And then you can go into your stance after you grab the mortuary over there. Alright, unassigned skill points we're skipping. We are not, however, skipping technology. We will get... I believe I wanted Khazid's subsidiaries. Oh, right, and dwarf treasuries. More magic items, which means more runes. More oath gold, which means more runes and more items and stuff. Yes. And now we are going to march all the way to Clan Pestilence. They might actually take Subaton, but we don't actually care that much about. So yeah, they're gonna attack us. They are straight up gonna attack us here. Where's the rebellion? Yeah, it's here. That's fine. Even if they take this, it's a freaking level 1 settlement. Who gives a damn? You, my friend, I think you should be able to attack out of Gwakmol Crater. So I think what we'll do is we'll set you here. Wait. Was this Valea's Will? Ah, you can't move very far with it. Go here then. You are going to go into Gwakmol Crater. We'll allow them to take Subaton, then we'll immediately destroy this army, and then we'll immediately march to the death of Clan Pestilence. You, I guess... Oh, you cancel it. There we go. Alright, that works for me. I'm gonna end one more turn. Actually, wait, I think we're out of time, aren't we? Yeah, we're just about out of time. I think we're gonna call this episode here. It's a fairly decent place to call this episode, because we're going to start a new war next episode with Clan Pestilence, so we might as well end it before going to that. So I guess stay tuned for that. It will probably be completed in one episode. I assume they only have 1 or 2 provinces. In fact, or territories, rather. They only have 1, in fact. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So it'll be a simple matter of destroying this army who belongs to Chant, and I take it Lord Skrolk is in a full stack in the main settlement over here. I do recall this main settlement probably has a bunch of special units in it, so we will have to be a little bit concerned about all that. But I think that'll be just fine. We also have to keep an eye out on getting any new grudges. Like, these guys are raiding. Does that mean we'll get a new grudge for that? Missions, nah. Search any ruined settlement for treasure. Oh! Actually do that with you as well. Yeah, alright. So lots of stuff to do next time. Hope you guys enjoyed that little siege. I'm curious to see what the final strength of those anti-artifact Skaven armies are going to be. Battle would have probably gone a little bit differently if we had fought it outside the settlement, but hey, auto-resolve was right at the end of the day. So anyway, with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. If you have a second, please do take it to leave a like and or a comment to support the channel. It really does help. As always, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.